What if every holiday felt like just another day because the one you love shuts the world out? Sometimes, the loneliest moments can lead to the most beautiful traditions and bring a whole family closer than ever before. Have you ever felt invisible during the holidays? The air in the house feels soft and hopeful. Amanda hums as she hangs garlands around the window, the cinnamon scent of pie drifting from the kitchen. She places a plate of cranberries on the crowded counter, moving with a kind of nervous energy. Footsteps thump on the stairs. Ethan enters. He's scrolling his phone and barely looks up. Amanda smiles, her voice light but eager. "Ethan, look, I found Mom's old stuffing recipe. I even got the marshmallows for the yams, like we always did when I was a kid." He glances at the prep, then shrugs. "Amanda, you know I don't really care about that. It's just another Thursday. You don't have to do all this for me." She ties her apron tighter. "But I love doing this. It feels special, you know?" Ethan shakes his head, tosses his keys in the bowl. I don't get it. Why make a big deal? You know I'm working late, right?" His tone is quiet, not harsh, just checked out. Amanda tries to win him over. "It's Thanksgiving, Ethan. My parents are coming. Lacey is bringing her world-famous corn pudding. We haven't all had dinner together in months. Can't we try, just this year?" He runs his hand through his hair, looking at the floor. "You can celebrate how you want, Mandy. I'll be around. Just don't expect me to be the life of the party." Her fingernails dig into the edge of the countertop, her jaw set. "It's not about you being the life of the party. I just want you to show up." He fidgets with the elastic on his watch. "Right, I'll show up. I just don't see the point in all this fuss." He heads to his office, door clicking softly shut. A strained silence sits in the kitchen. Amanda stands alone, breathing in the spices, willing her tears to stay put. She smooths out the special ornament, a tiny felt mitten her grandma made for her when she was 5, and hangs it on the mantel, dead center. It gleams a little in the late-day sun, but nobody notices except Amanda. Her phone buzzes. Lacey's text pings. "Do you need anything? Are you okay?" Amanda types back, "Can't wait for you to come," and leaves it at that. She wipes at the counter, pretending she isn't wishing for someone who wants to share in the joy, not just pass through it. Hours later, Amanda's parents arrive. Hugs and laughter, Judy's arms full of pie, Greg plopping down in his usual seat. The table fills with voices and little jokes about too much gravy. Judy asks, "Is Ethan joining us?" Amanda just nods and changes the subject. During dinner, Ethan finally walks in, gives a brief, "Hey everyone," picks at his potatoes, and mostly listens. Greg tells a story, and Amanda laughs, extra loud, hoping Ethan will join in. He smiles, but quietly excuses himself after one plate, mumbling, "Big meeting in the morning." "Thanks, Judy. The food was good." The table feels colder when he's gone. After the meal, Amanda scrapes plates alone in the kitchen while her parents chat in the living room. She glances at the ornament on the mantel, still alone, still waiting for someone to notice. She carries her cup of tea to the window, pressing her forehead to the cold glass. Across the street, kids drag sleds and parents carry leftovers, their laughter bright in the falling dark. Amanda wonders if, this year, her home is the only one that feels so empty on a day meant for togetherness. Her heart aches, but she hugs her knees to her chest and tries to smile. She tells herself she can still feel thankful, but the words sound thin and tired, even in her own mind. Have you ever looked forward to something special, only to be left out by the one person who matters most? Did you pretend you didn't care, Or did you reach out? What do you wish you'd done differently? Share your story in the comments. Someone else might be needing hope for their lonely holiday too. Amanda sets her empty cup on the sill and stares into the soft night, not sure when or if her holidays will ever feel full again. The diner's windows shine with red and green lights. Garlands wrap every booth. Amanda sits across from Lacey, nursing a lukewarm mug of coffee she barely tastes. Diners laugh all around, forks clinking, Bing Crosby crooning from an old jukebox. Lacey tears a piece of muffin and nudges it closer. Lacey leans forward, voice gentle but direct. So, what happened last night? You sound wiped out. Amanda shrugs, tugging at her napkin. Ethan just wasn't there. Not really. He acted like Thanksgiving was a dentist appointment. Something to get through, not something to share. He came late, barely ate, left before dessert. Lacey raises an eyebrow. Did you talk to him? Like, really talk? Amanda shakes her head. I tried. He said he was tired. He always says he's tired, or he has to work, or the game is on. I was excited for Thanksgiving, but it's like I was alone in a crowded house. Lacey takes her hand, squeezing it tight. Babe, you can't keep letting this happen. Don't just let it slide, year after year, or you'll blink, and this'll be every holiday for the rest of your life. Amanda sighs, her voice thin. What am I supposed to say? Hey, can you pretend to care? He hates this stuff. I don't want to push him away more. Lacey shakes her head. You don't have to make him someone he's not. But you can ask for what you need. He loves you, but loving someone means showing up, not just being in the house. Tell him how lonely you feel. Loudly, clearly. Or else you'll just keep hurting and pretending you're okay. Amanda glances out the window, watching couples pass, hands full of shopping bags. Maybe I will, she says softly, but she doesn't sound convinced. Back home, Amanda stands in the glow of string lights draped around the living room. She hangs stockings for herself and Ethan, adjusting them until they're perfectly straight. She digs out a basket of cinnamon-scented pine cones, places her old felt mitten ornament front and center. She turns to Ethan, who sits sprawled on the couch, intent on a football game. Hey, want to help me hang up some of these cards from my students? She tries to sound casual. Ethan glances up, distracted. I'm heading out for a run in a bit. Can you do it? I'll help later. Amanda's hands drop to her sides. She pushes. What about a Christmas movie tonight? Or we could try Lacey's decorate your own cookie thing. He's putting on his running shoes, barely listening. I've got a route in mind. Maybe when I get back, if it's not too late. She swallows hard, voice shrinking. Sure, if you want. I'll leave the cookies here. He nods and slips out. The door shuts, and Amanda stands there, decorations in hand, staring at the empty space where she wanted him to be. The next day, Amanda's parents arrive with pies and gifts, bundled in heavy coats. The family is all smiles. Her mom, Judy, fussing over the turkey. Her dad, Greg, humming Christmas tunes. Amanda tries hard to join in, pasting on cheer as she sets extra places, adjusting the tablecloth again and again. Ethan texts that he'll be late. Work, traffic, nothing he can control. Amanda cringes as she types back, "See you soon." When Ethan finally walks in, the house is filled with laughter and gravy boat disasters. Amanda lights up with hope, but Ethan simply waves hello, kicks off his boots, and claims he's beat. He shuffles to the table, takes small portions, nods politely at stories, but barely says a word. "Are you all right, Ethan?" Judy asks, sweet enough but with worry in her eyes. "Just tired, Mrs. Martin. Work's been a lot. I'm here, though." Amanda squeezes his hand under the table. He offers a ghost of a smile, then goes quiet. After finishing his plate, he stands, thanks her parents, and mutters something about needing to prepare for tomorrow. Before Amanda can protest, he disappears upstairs. Judy covers Amanda's hand with her own. He looks exhausted, honey. You did a lovely job tonight. Greg, her dad, lingers behind as Amanda clears the table. He doesn't say much, just gives her a long, knowing look, the kind that says, I see you. I know this hurts, but also, I'm here if you need me. Alone in the kitchen, Amanda boxes up pie and wipes the counter, her heart aching with all the words she can't say. From the living room, her family's laughter drifts over, soft, warm, so close and so far. She opens the fridge and places leftover pie on the shelf, shutting the door a little too hard. The clatter echoes, and for a moment, she leans into the cool air, just to feel something. Later, Ethan's office door is closed, the house silent except for distant TV noise. Amanda stands in the hallway, pie box in hand, listening to the laughter that remains, a reminder of everything she wants and everything she's missing. Have you ever wanted to celebrate something special, but felt alone because your partner wouldn't join in? How did you handle it? And do you wish you'd spoken up sooner? Share your story in the comments. Sometimes, admitting you're lonely is the bravest step, and the first one to real change. Amanda presses her palm to the cold kitchen counter, pie cooling in the fridge, and wonders, will next year be different, or just one more holiday pretending not to care? The days grow colder, but Amanda fills the house with warm light. She strings twinkling bulbs across windows and drapes the banister in pine garland, humming carols softly under her breath. In her hands, she wraps small gifts for Ethan: mittens, a favorite coffee blend, a silly new mug with Team Cozy in big red letters. More than anything, she hopes each gesture will make the season feel special for both of them. One evening, Amanda stands in the kitchen doorway, watching Ethan scroll through news on his tablet. Hey, she starts, voice hopeful. They're having a tree lighting downtown this weekend. There's cocoa and music. Would you want to go? We could make it a date. Ethan doesn't look up. I don't think so, Amanda. It sounds like a lot of people. I really don't see the point. Sorry. She sets the mug down a little too hard, forcing a smile. It's Christmas, Ethan. I just thought, never mind. He turns, gentle but distant. I'm not trying to ruin your fun. You can go with your friends, or with Lacey. Holidays aren't really my thing. Amanda swallows back tears as she sets another unopened holiday card on the mantel, one from a distant cousin in Texas, the envelope bright and untouched. She keeps arranging them, each a silent wish her home will soon feel full, each one another hope left unanswered. Her loneliness grows, curling tight in her chest. At night, she sits alone under the soft glow of white lights, sipping tea and pretending the laughter on the TV belongs to her own living room. She wonders when loving Ethan started to feel like waiting on someone who's never coming to the party. A memory flashes. She is 8 years old, bundled in plaid pajamas, sliding across her childhood kitchen floor. Her family sings carols, her grandma's hands guiding her through sugar cookie dough, cinnamon heavy in the air. She remembers warmth, safety, a world where holidays meant magic, not silence. Later, Amanda steals a glance at Ethan from the hallway. He stands by the window, lost in thought, the holiday lights outside blinking against the darkness. His jaw is set, his expression far away. Can I ask something? She says quietly. He nods, tired. Go ahead. Amanda draws in a slow breath. Have you always felt this way about the holidays? Was there ever a time they made you happy? Ethan hesitates, his hand gripping the frame of the window. Not really, he finally says. When I was a kid, it was just quiet. My dad worked double shifts. My mom got sad this time of year. We didn't do trees or stockings or any of that. Most Christmases, I'd watch my friends talk about their new toys, and I'd just listen. After my dad passed, it all got worse. December was just another month to get through. Amanda listens closely, pain and empathy mixing inside her. I'm sorry, she whispers. Ethan shrugs, a crack in his usual armor. I know it means a lot to you, Amanda. But when I see all the lights and music, I mostly remember what I didn't have. It's hard to feel excited when my memories are like that. I'm not trying to hurt you. She kneels down beside the couch, resting her hand on his. But when you push it all away, I feel pushed away too. It's like I'm waiting for you to show up, and you're not even in the room. He squeezes her hand, eyes sad. I'm sorry. I want to be better, but I don't know how yet. Amanda kisses his knuckles, the silence between them full of things neither can solve alone. She feels both closer and further from him than she ever has. That night, Amanda places 3 more unopened cards on the mantel, their ribbons untied. The room glows, but her heart aches. She wraps herself in a thick blanket, settles into the couch, and opens her phone. Photo after photo pops up. Couples in pajamas, families in front of giant trees, friends around ugly sweater parties, captions full of inside jokes and sparkling emojis. Her thumb drifts across the screen, but she can't shake the chill of being on the outside, looking in. Amanda hugs her knees, whispering to the quiet room. Is this what the holidays are always going to feel like? Each unopened card on the mantel watches over her, a reminder of how much she longs for someone to pull her into the light, not leave her shivering at its edge. Have you ever felt alone even when you're surrounded by celebration? Did you ask for what you needed, or let the silence linger? Tell us in the comments. Sometimes, sharing how we hurt is the first step to feeling seen. Amanda scrolls once more, the blanket pulled tight, her hope flickering low beneath the twinkle of holiday lights. Steam rises from the kitchen, pots clattering and the oven timer beeping. Judy's voice floats in from the dining room, cheerful and warm. Amanda, let me know if you need more chairs out. It'll be such a full house tonight. The big Christmas Eve dinner is underway. Every room glowing with string lights and the smell of cinnamon rolls. Amanda smooths her dress and pastes on a smile. She glances over at Ethan, who stands near the living room window, hands in his pockets, face half in shadow. Their niece, Maddie, spins through the hall in sparkly shoes, chased by cousins. Judy sweeps in, silver hair perfectly curled. She takes Amanda's elbow, voice gentle. I'm glad you both could be here. Holidays feel right when the family's together. Ethan nods, offering a light. Thanks for having us. He lingers by the coat rack as Judy tries to draw him into the room. Come help with the eggnog, Ethan. Grandpa's about to sneak all the whipped cream again. He gives a small smile, but doesn't budge. Amanda's chest tightens. She fusses with the table, laying out extras. More forks, the fancy napkin rings, hoping tonight will be the night he finally joins in. Dinner is loud. Greg tells corny jokes. Judy insists everyone share the best thing about this year. And the kids giggle from behind towers of cranberry sauce and dinner rolls. Ethan sits between Amanda and Maddie, answering with short replies, hands tightly folded. Amanda tries to involve him. Ethan makes a mean chili, you know, she offers, nudging his shoulder. He shrugs. It's nothing really, just stuff from a packet. His voice is kind, but distant, making the table's laughter falter for a beat. Judy doesn't give up. Let's sing carols after dessert, and then we'll open one present each. It's tradition. She glances at Ethan, hopeful. Amanda forces a smile, clasping her niece's hand. That's my favorite part too. They gather by the old upright piano, Judy at the keys. Let's hear Jingle Bells. Who wants to start? The family breaks out in uneven song, laughter echoing. Ethan fades back by the bookcase, voice a faint hum. When the kids unwrap presents, Amanda watches Ethan sitting stiffly in a corner chair, eyes on his phone. Maddie tugs Amanda's sleeve. Why does Uncle Ethan look so sad all the time? Doesn't he like Christmas? Amanda's eyes fill, throat tightening. She kneels, brushing Maddie's hair behind her ear. He's just tired, sweetie. Sometimes grown-ups need a little extra time to feel happy. She hugs her niece tight, blinking back warmth and pain. Later, as guests bundle into coats and the kitchen fills with leftovers, Judy squeezes Amanda's arm. You did beautifully tonight, dear. Maybe next year, Ethan will sing with us too. Her eyes search Amanda's. Don't carry it alone, okay? Amanda nods, jaw clenched. In the car ride home, silence hangs thick between Amanda and Ethan. Outside, snowflakes tumble in the headlights. Amanda's hands shake in her lap. Inside the house, Amanda tries to break the quiet. Ethan, can we talk? Her voice cracks. Tonight mattered to me. I kept looking for you, hoping you'd try. You weren't there. Ethan's shoulders slump. He rubs his brow. I was there, Amanda. I tried. I did. But it's all so much. Singing, the games, everyone happy, like all those old movies. I don't know how to do this without feeling fake. She steps closer, voice trembling. But I need you to try. I need to feel like I'm not the only one who cares. I can't sit at those tables alone anymore, with everybody pretending we're fine. He flinches, voice rising just a notch, unsure and raw. I never said you were alone. I just need space. You want holiday magic? I want some peace. I wasn't built for all this. Amanda looks away, tears slipping down her cheeks. But what if peace for you is loneliness for me? What if I'm tired of giving up pieces of myself for another holiday where you check out? Ethan grabs for his coat, frustrated. Maybe I need to breathe, Amanda. I don't want to fight. He opens the front door, a blast of icy wind filling the house. I'm going for a drive. He's gone before she can answer. Amanda stands in the quiet, her own reflection staring back in the hallway mirror, eyes too bright, cheeks too red. She drifts to the tree, sinking down with her old mitten ornament in her hands. The living room glows, silent and aching around her. Ribbons dangle, presents untouched. Her heart feels split in two, between what she wants and what's real, between tradition and truth. She realizes that nothing will change unless someone makes the first brave move. If your partner refused to join in traditions that matter most, what would you do? Would you try to compromise once more? Or finally, put your own needs first? Share your thoughts in the comments. Sometimes, we only find our courage when we see someone else searching for theirs. Amanda curls up by the tree, ornaments pressed to her heart, and lets her first real tears of the season fall, hoping that next year, something, anything, will be different. Rain taps steady on the roof, the wind rattling the windows. Amanda sits curled in her favorite chair, a thick journal open in her lap. The living room is half lit, tiny lights blinking against the storm outside. Every page of the journal holds her worries, her hopes, her words that have never been said out loud. She scribbles in the quiet, pen dragging across the paper. I miss you. I miss us. Every holiday, I wait for you to join me, but it never happens. I don't want to celebrate alone, but I don't want to stop caring either. I'm afraid I'll lose myself if I keep pretending I don't need you at the table. Her handwriting shakes. She flips back through old entries, lists of favorite recipes, gratitude notes from last Thanksgiving, the first Christmas wish list she made with Ethan years ago. All of them reminders of what she's been trying to save. The house creaks. Outside, thunder rumbles. Amanda's mind drifts to her grandmother's kitchen, warm even on snowy nights. She remembers tiny, wrinkled hands teaching her that traditions start when someone decides to care. Those words echo now, softer but stronger than the storm, urging her not to give up on warmth just because it isn't shared yet. Sniffling, Amanda stands and wipes her cheeks. She moves through the house, quiet on socked feet. She sets the table for one, her favorite red mug, a plate of homemade cookies, her grandma's old Christmas records humming quietly in the background. She lights a candle, even if no one else will see. The door unlocks sometime after 9. Wet shoes thump onto the rug. Amanda keeps her back turned, stirring cocoa, humming along to the radio. Ethan walks in and freezes, eyes scanning the decorated room, the full table, the candles, her old mitten ornament at the center. For the first time, he looks not at the fuss, but at the space beside Amanda, the spot he always leaves empty. He clears his throat, voice unsure. Looks nice, Amanda. Did you have guests? She shakes her head, quiet but honest. Number just me. I couldn't sit in the dark again, waiting for you. I needed it to feel like a holiday, even if I was alone. He sits on the edge of the couch, soaking in the moment, the familiar songs, the fresh cookies, the decorated mantle, but also something missing. Amanda sits across from him, her hands still on her mug. A heavy pause. Ethan's voice is soft. I saw your journal. It was open on the table. Amanda meets his eyes, voice trembling. I wrote what I couldn't say. I don't want to keep begging you to join me. It hurts too much to keep waiting. Holidays matter to me, and I want them to matter to us, but I'm starting to think maybe they never will. He stares at his hands, fidgeting with his ring. I never meant to hurt you. I never learned how to be part of any of this. It feels fake, or like I'm always one mistake from ruining it. She sighs, tears slipping down her face. You can't ruin it just by being here, Ethan. What ruins it is when you keep leaving me out, when you can't even try. He nods, voice cracking. I'm sorry. I really am. I know it's not enough, but I'm lost, Amanda. I don't know how to fix this. Amanda is quiet for a long time, running her finger along the mug's rim. Do you think we have a future if we can't share things like this? If every year I feel like I lose you a little more? He blinks hard, pain crossing his face. I want us to have a future. I just don't know how to start and not mess it up. Amanda stands, her shoulders slumped, but her heart bare. Maybe starting is enough. Maybe trying, even if it doesn't look perfect, is all I ever wanted. He stands too, uncertain, clasping her hand for just a moment. I want to try. Really. I just need you to show me what matters. Amanda nods, hope and heartbreak tangled together. I can do that, if you'll meet me halfway. He lets her hand go, quietly filling the space between them. She leaves her journal open on the table, the ink still wet on her last line. All I want for Christmas is to feel like we belong together, not apart. Amanda heads upstairs, heavy with hope and dread. Downstairs, Ethan sits, reading every word, finally seeing the truth she couldn't say until now. Some words are harder to say. Some are even harder to read. But sometimes they are where the hardest changes begin. Amanda wakes in fragile morning light, blinking at the empty space beside her. Ethan's pillow is cool. For a moment, worry grabs her chest. But on the nightstand sits a note. Back soon. Wear something comfy. A hesitant hope stirs. She pulls on jeans and a sweater, heart thudding, half afraid, half ready. The front door creaks. Ethan steps in, cheeks rosy from the cold, holding out her mittens. "Come with me?" he asks, shy but sure. Amanda's curiosity wins out. They drive in silence, Ethan's eyes fixed ahead, hands gripped on the steering wheel. The roads are quiet, dusted with slush and leftover Christmas lights. Their first stop is a faded diner on Maple Street. Ethan leads her in, sliding into a booth by the window. He grins, nervously. "This was my dad's favorite," he admits, tracing a finger along the sticky menu. "Every New Year's, we'd come here. Double pancakes, orange soda. I haven't been back since before he died." Amanda listens, touched as Ethan orders the same as he once did, sharing quick stories. His dad's laugh, how he'd sneak Ethan extra syrup when the waitress wasn't looking. They eat slow, conversation gentle. Outside the window, fresh snow begins to fall. Ethan wipes his hands nervously on a napkin. Ready for the next stop? The animal shelter is bright and noisy. Blankets of barking and yipping swirl around them. Ethan shyly admits, "When things got rough, I'd ride my bike here just to play with the puppies. Always made me feel less alone." Amanda laughs as a muddy lab puppy clambers into her lap, tail thumping. Together, they toss rubber toys and scratch soft ears, and Ethan's eyes shine, a different kind of light than she's seen before. Back in the car, Ethan's hands rest steady on her knee. "Last stop," he says, and they wind through town, looping slow past dazzling light displays. Streets shimmer with every color. Blue trees, golden snowflakes, glowing front porches. Ethan pulls over, pointing out funny inflatables and twinkly houses as if he's never noticed them before. Amanda's laughter fills the car, dissolving the last bit of holiday heaviness in her chest. As the sun sinks, Ethan drives them to a scenic overlook above the frozen lake. The sky glows soft orange and purple. He steps out, keeps her close, breath smoky in the chill. From his coat, he pulls a small box wrapped in plain red ribbon. "I made you something," Ethan says, hands trembling a little as he opens it. Inside is a homemade ornament, a flat piece of wood painted with messy blue and gold, a tiny mitten and a runner's shoe side by side, the year written in blocky print. "Maybe we could start a new tradition. Just us," Ethan says, voice breaking. "Every year, we'll make a new ornament together, something that tells our story, good or bad, happy or lonely, but ours." Amanda can't find words. Instead, she wraps her arms around Ethan, letting hot tears gather on his scarf. "You listened," she whispers. "You brought me in, just like I always hoped." He holds her close. "I want us to belong, Mandy. I want you to have your magic. I just needed to find my way in so I could share it with you." They stand together in the quiet, snow falling soft, the sadness of old holidays dissolving beneath this unexpected promise. Driving home, Amanda cradles the ornament in her hand, tracing its paint with her thumb. When they enter the house, Ethan lifts her in a spinning, playful hug, and together they hang the new ornament on the tree, a symbol that the holidays and this home finally belong to both of them. Amanda stands back, tears slipping down her cheeks, but this time they're tears of relief and joy. She realizes that tradition isn't about the past. It's about what you choose to build. One memory, one effort, one brave morning at a time. Has someone ever given you a new tradition that helped heal old holiday pain? Or did you start one yourself? Share your story below. It might inspire someone who needs hope right now. As Amanda leans on Ethan's shoulder, the ornaments twinkle in the quiet, brighter than loneliness, bright enough for both their hearts. Steam from a bubbling crock pot drifts through the kitchen, mixing with laughter and the sounds of snow boots clomping by the door. Amanda threads a ribbon through the latest strand of her holiday garland, fingers steady for the first time in months. She smiles as Lacey bursts in, red-cheeked and bundled under two scarves. Lacey shakes snow from her hair, grinning wide. Soup and sleds. Now that's a Parker tradition I can get behind. Is Ethan actually coming outside this time? She glances playfully at Ethan, who peers from the hallway, arms crossed, but smiling back. Ethan lifts a thermos in greeting. I promised Amanda at least 2 sled runs. My ankles will never recover, but I'm here for it. Judy, carrying a plate of cookies, passes by. You'll have to earn your soup tonight, Ethan. Maddie's got her money on you. Not that she'd ever pass up extra marshmallows. Amanda beams, feeling the glow of her family filling up the corners of their home. We can't start sledding without you, she calls down the hall, waving Ethan closer. He pulls on his coat, pausing by the window. You know, I never did a single snow day when I was a kid. The closest thing we got was my mom's canned soup and a black and white movie. He looks at Amanda, vulnerability open in his grin. This is new. I'm still learning. She slips her arm through his soft but proud. We're both learning. That's what makes it good. He squeezes her hand. Outside, chaos reigns. Sleds careen down the small hill in the yard. Lacey tumbles with Maddie. Judy cheers them from the porch, and Amanda laughs so hard she nearly drops the soup. Ethan helps Amanda back up the hill, grumbling good-naturedly, each tumble a memory being made. His cheeks flush, and his guard drops with every shared moment. Back inside, Ethan sits at the kitchen table with Maddie, focused as he shapes a lumpy snowman-shaped cookie. He glances at Amanda, embarrassment flickering in his eyes. How do you make the hats not look like pancakes? He asks, defeated. Amanda smiles, nudging him. It's not about perfect cookies. It's about laughing together. At the next game night, Amanda's parents bring their battered old board game box. Ethan volunteers to keep score, no longer hiding by the sidelines. Lacey makes jokes, Judy teases Greg about cheating, and Ethan slips between playful banter and real questions about Amanda's childhood holidays. Did you always do this many traditions, Mandy? He asks quietly between turns. Amanda grins. Back then, it felt like the best kind of chaos. But these days, I like the calm too. As long as we're together for it, I want to keep adding new things. Later, Ethan shares small scraps of memory. His dad's favorite soup recipe, his own wish to try making holiday cards by hand, stories about why he avoided holiday crowds as a teen. Amanda listens, heart swelling, learning him anew. Days pass, each filled with little gestures. Ethan making Amanda hot chocolate after work, Amanda taping his hand-drawn card above their headboard, both gently pushing each other to try something new. Sometimes, Ethan disappears to the porch for a few breaths when it all feels overwhelming, but he always comes back with a fresh smile and ready hands. Amanda's garland stretches longer, draped over the living room arch. Each strand she ties on tells a story. They add blue for their sledding day, green for their first soup and sleds, a silver thread for the night the city lights made Ethan laugh. Over dinner one night, Judy catches Ethan tracing the garland with his finger. She touches his arm, proud. You did this, you know. You took one brave step, and now it's all growing. Lacey chimes in. You're a part of the Parker holiday chaos for good now. No takebacks. Amanda locks eyes with Ethan, warmth buzzing in her chest. For the first time, the holidays aren't something she has to drag him into. There's something they build side by side. Curled under a thick blanket on the couch, twinkle lights warming their faces, Amanda and Ethan sift through photos of their new memories. Sledding, cookies, game nights, kisses under the garland. Amanda holds the latest strand between her fingers, whispering, "Next year, we'll add even more." Ethan pulls her close, voice gentle. "As long as we do it together, I'm in." Have you and your loved ones ever created new traditions from scratch? Slowly, with effort, and sometimes laughter. Through the mess? What makes those memories last? Share your favorite homegrown tradition in the comments. Sometimes, the smallest new effort can warm even the loneliest winter. Amanda tucks the latest photo behind their garland, smiling as Ethan presses a kiss to her cheek. Outside, the snow falls quietly, but inside their house, every light glows with earned joy. The snow falls steady outside our window, frosting everything in soft, white light. Inside, the house is warm and filled with little sounds. Ethan reading a poem aloud, friends laughing over sticky rolls at the breakfast table, Lacey snapping silly photos as Maddie loops tinsel around our dog. I watch them all from the kitchen, heart full, knowing that these ordinary moments are the ones I used to dream of. There's a gentle rhythm to our days now. Homemade gift exchanges at the dining table, lumpy scarves, painted mugs, simple cards with crooked hearts. Even when the presents aren't perfect, every smile feels earned. In the evenings, Ethan kneels by the fireplace, flipping open a worn book of poems and reading slowly, his voice softer than the crackle of the logs. Sometimes he stumbles over a line, and I nudge him, laughing. That's not how Frost wrote it. He grins and starts again. Our friends drop by for holiday brunch, bringing cinnamon buns and snow-soaked boots. Lacey and Judy argue about whose recipe is best, while Ethan and Greg build a snow fort for the kids that collapses. The moment Maddie dives in, the air fills with music, plates of bacon disappear fast, and everyone lingers long past noon, not wanting the morning to end. But what I love most is the new tradition Ethan created for us, a quiet walk on the first real snow. Every year, just as dusk settles, we bundle up in scarves and step out into the fresh powder. Sometimes it's just the two of us. Sometimes a friend or neighbor joins. We walk slow, arms linked, breath rising like smoke in the cold. At the top of our block, we always exchange a small, handmade ornament, a promise of what we survived together, and a tiny piece of hope for the year ahead. Lately, our walk has grown. Lacey and Greg bring cocoa. Judy hums carols in her bright red hat. And even shy neighbors join with lanterns. What started in loneliness now brings a house full of hearts together. As I narrate these scenes, friends crowding the couches, Ethan's voice soothing Maddie to sleep, the trees shining with our mismatched ornaments, I realize our story wasn't about fixing the past or forcing the perfect holiday. It was learning to build something new, side by side, year after year. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we don't. What matters is that we try, and that we try together. If you ever found yourself lonely in a season meant for joy, maybe it means it's your turn to light the first candle, bake the first pie, or suggest the first walk through falling snow. Belonging starts with one brave heart and grows with every hand held out. Traditions don't have to be old, they just have to be yours. Have you ever turned loneliness into belonging by creating your own family tradition? What advice would you give someone feeling alone this season? Share your story below. Your words might be what helps someone else start new. I hang this year's ornament on our tree, smiling as Ethan takes my hand. Soft music fills the house. Laughter floats up the stairs. I know now, belonging starts with a single, hopeful step, and when we open our door, joy fills every empty space. If this story made you think about your own holidays or traditions, take a moment to remember, sometimes the loneliest seasons can become the start of something beautiful. Have you ever turned loneliness into belonging by creating your own tradition? Or had someone start one just for you? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might give hope to someone else who needs it this season. And if you believe in the power of small steps and new beginnings, don't forget to like, share, and follow for more real-life stories that show how families come together, even in unexpected ways. Because every tradition starts with one act of courage, and together we can inspire each other to belong.